All right, let's talk about Tyquan Thornton, the second round pick who was projected to be a third or fourth round pick that the Patriots selected, who we've now seen a year of tape with him. So let's talk about just him as a player. First, if you look at his Pro Football Focus grades from college, this is his PFF page, you see that the numbers aren't bad or anything, but certainly aren't spectacular either. For one thing, definitely a one-year wonder. I mean, according to PFF, he wasn't even a solid college player up until 2021, where he had a good year, but not an outstanding year either. An 82.9 grade for college. Again, it's a good college player, but it's not someone that you necessarily expect to go in the second round in the NFL. But there's obvious other factors that Thornton brings to the table that, other guys don't. He's, great speed and great size, which is part of why he got drafted. And one thing I would also say is that at the wide receiver position, paying too much attention to PFF grades is not the best idea. It's definitely something that you can do for other positions, and that does help out, like offensive line and stuff. But in this position, definitely watching tape is going to be more important than just looking at PFF grades and stuff like that. But his PFF grades at the NFL level were not spectacular either, and this stuff does translate year in and year out. A sub-60 grade in his rookie year, which is not a disaster. Again, he's played 1 year. You don't expect him to come into the league and light the world on fire. Every now and then that happens, and it's great and cool and fun. Usually that does not happen, though. So, I think it's fair to say that this not the best rookie year for a guy who typically didn't have a ton of production in college, but at the same time, you kind of expect him to be a little bit raw. So let's talk about what he did at the NFL level. First, let's start off with this play. What's going to happen on it is you see him, he's going up one-on-one on the outside, and this really is why he was drafted by the New England Patriots. They wanted a guy who can win on the outside. They wanted a guy who can help out Mac Jones, because really the reality is they just did not have guys who could consistently win on the outside the year prior, and so adding Thornton was hopefully their way of doing that, which on this play, that's what's happening. It's a one-on-one matchup with a single safety deep. That safety is going to be, eventually he can get over there, but you'll have a bit of a window where you can try to get a chunk play here by hitting Thornton. And watch, as you see, he's able to get a clean release at the line and use his speed to create enough separation that there was a window. Jones hit that window and he got a completion. So that was what he was drafted for, and you definitely saw flashes of him being able to do it. The issue is you just didn't see it consistently enough, I think, is the main reason why I think some Patriots fans are probably disappointed with this draft pick after one season, although, again, nobody is giving up on a player after just 1 year, especially someone we kind of knew would be a bit raw entering the league. But there's stuff like this, though, where, again, yes, there were flashes of this working, there were flashes of it not working. What's going to happen on this play is it's a one-on-one matchup once again on the outside. Now, there are technically two safeties who appear to be deep on this play, although one's not going to stay deep, so that's worth noting. But yeah, anyways, once this play begins, you see that for Thornton, I mean, he's not really open here, there's no separation whatsoever. However, it's a one-on-one matchup. Thornton wasn't just known for being a speed guy, but also someone who could go up and make a tough catch if necessary. So for Jones, he's going to say, you know what, let's make a throw in this direction anyway. As you see, Jones makes the throw, but there's just, there was no separation. I don't really know what exactly Jones saw there. They weren't really on the same page. And to be honest, Jones and Thornton just struggled to get on the same page in general last year. They did not have a ton of chemistry, and that was definitely an aspect of why things just didn't fully work out. This play is going to be another one where, again, same kind of thing. Outside matchup. This time there's just a single safety deep. So, yes, true one-on-one matchup. And if they can hit on it, where they're at right now, this could be a potential touchdown. So these are huge, plays in a football game if you can hit them, and that's why it's so important and why the best offenses in the league have receivers who can win in these situations. And there is kind of there's a sort of a ceiling on your offense if you don't have guys who can win in these situations, and the Patriots wanted to raise that ceiling by getting Thornton who could win in those situations. Well, Jones takes the snap. Thornton is going to be able to create not really a ton of separation, but again, a good throw, there's a chance this play works. Like I said, Thornton wasn't just someone who could get open with consistency, but he also could make some tough catches if necessary in college. That's kind of what was part of his thing. So, even if there's only a little bit of a window, hey, throw it up there anyway, because even if maybe you don't hit that expected window, Thornton can make the window bigger with his, contested catch abilities, that kind of stuff. So, Jones is going to make this throw, and it's actually going to be a great scenario. Watch as the corner eventually trips over his feet and falls down, but the throw just wasn't a catchable ball right there. And again, maybe the contact caused Thornton to slow down. Maybe he would have been able to make the catch had that not happened, but it doesn't look like it to me. It looks like it was still a throw that was just a bit off. And I don't know if this is an accuracy thing. I think it's more of a chemistry thing because Jones tends to be pretty good on this stuff. And again, still hit some of these plays like I showed you earlier, but it just wasn't consistent enough to feel great about it if you're a Patriots fan. There were also stuff like this, though, where, listen, it's not just him trying to win, one-on-one matchups deep down the field. There's other things that you want him to be able to do, and again, he's just sort of learning how to be a complete wide receiver, right? That's part of what he's trying to do here. On this play, it's really just a simple pick play, and so for him, all you want to do is get to your spot quickly, and for someone who has great speed, which Thornton does, that's why you're using him in this situation. Look at how when the play begins, you do see that there's a little bit of a bubble. It's not huge, but he doesn't need a huge bubble, he just needs a little bit of one. As you see, this throw is made, Thornton is going to get into the end zone and get a touchdown on that play. Really good stuff from Tyquan Thornton. These are the kind of things that, again, we saw flashes of. Was it consistent enough? No, but we did see flashes of him being a good player and just a traditionally good role player. But again, there was stuff like this too, which is, again, I don't know how much I really put on Thornton, but this is what the Patriots have to figure out. And the reality is, given what they're currently, the current roster construct this year, it feels like it's still going to be Jones and Thornton have to figure this out at a certain point. It's cover zero right here. So not one safety deep, zero safeties deep on this play. Everyone's rushing the passer. So for Jones, he has to get rid of the football right away. He's not going to have time. Thornton's running a deep route, though. And so, again, it's one of those situations where the swing on this kind of play is absolutely huge. I mean, you could have a scenario where your quarterback gets sacked. You could have a scenario where there's an interception, and those aren't like crazy scenarios. You also could have a scenario where you pick up a 57-yard touchdown on this play. That's kind of why these plays are so important. They don't happen a ton of times throughout the game, but in every game, there's a handful of these types of snaps, and the swings on these types of snaps are absolutely huge. On this play, Jones takes the snap, he throws the ball right away, and it ends up being at Thornton's feet right there. Again, it's just a chemistry thing. We know Jones has the arm strength to get it further down the field than that. They just don't have a chemistry together to figure this stuff out just yet. Jones thought it would be more of just like a jump ball contested catch scenario. Thornton wasn't prepared for that, and you have to get that chemistry down because, again, I am reminded of a very similar play that happened that got Stephon Gilmore interception in the Super Bowl, kind of clinching it for the Patriots to win the Super Bowl. That was its cover zero. Jared Goff threw it up to Brandon Cooks, and it didn't work out too well. So, you got to get that chemistry down, or it could be a disaster, and that's a huge thing that they have to work on. But there absolutely is some flashes of really good potential there as well, so we'll have to wait and see on what those guys do. But yeah, those are my thoughts. What are yours? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you, and of course, as always, thanks for watching.